Hello, YouTube. This will probably be the first and only video I ever make on this topic or subject, unless Upchurch needs more support. I feel like just a lot of people aren't understanding what Creeksquad is, what the loyalty is, and why it is. I was just laying in bed last night thinking to myself, like, I don't understand the comment section on the videos. Just a lot of people not able to get into like that second level of thinking and that third level of thinking, and they're just so stuck on that first level of thinking, like, this is what they tell you, this has to be right. And that's why the mainstream thrives the way it does, because it has fans like that. So I thought maybe if I could explain my story and tell you my story, it would help. And then this morning when I saw Colby Myers' video, I was like, I'm definitely just going to make the video. I'm not a person who wants to be out here in front of this camera. This is just my phone. I don't have like a special camera or anything. I'd rather be playing Warzone, streaming Warzone, laughing it up, playing church and chatting with the group. But here I am, and I want to explain what Upchurch is to me, what he does for me, and what Creeksquad means to me. And I think the best way to do that is to start out by telling you my story. Music has never played a huge part in my life. When I was a kid growing up, we had nothing to do. I come from a small white town, like 96% white. You're either a farmer or you're a preacher, and that's just what there was. There was nothing else. You hunt, and you fish, and you fight, apparently. Like that's all I thought country was. My uncles and my grandfather were so excited because I was the first male born into my family in 30 years. They were so excited to have someone to take hunting and fishing, that I was such a letdown and disappointment to my uncles that they were pretty ruthless. A lot of sissy man, girly boy, just thinking I was gay because I didn't hunt or fish and fight. It just wasn't anything that ever interested me. Just like music, it never did anything for me. So growing up in the country, I never thought that I was country because I didn't do the stereotypical things. I wasn't your stereotypical redneck, and I wanted to get to the city as fast as I could. Just do your time here and get out. It felt like prison almost. It wasn't until I was standing in my kitchen about 7 years ago. Yeah, I think a little over 7 years ago maybe. And I'm cleaning and I'm doing the dishes, and a podcast ends and I'm listening to, and a song comes on. I can't dry my hands to change it or anything, so I'm just listening. And it took about 30 seconds for the music and the words to hit me and make my hair stand up. I mean, it's standing up right now talking about it. It's that chilling. And it was Rolling Stone. And everything in that song, I could see. It was a painted picture. Like, for me. The lyrics painted a picture for me. And it was at that moment that I felt like I understood what music was and did for people. Because I was finally able to see it. It wasn't just the generic tear in my beer bullshit. Like, the most music I ever heard was Itty Bitty by Alan Jackson, and like your classic, my mom blaring the fucking Dixie Chicks going down the highway, and I'm dodging cigarette batches in the back of the two-door Cavalier. That's all the music I ever heard or listened to. So music never played any part in my life. And it was crazy that this song changed all of that. And like I said, this was about 7-8 years ago, so I wasn't a day one Creeksquad Hollow Boy. I went back and I found out that Ryan did a lot of Vine videos, and these compilations I found on YouTube were hilarious. And none of them were him shooting, fighting, or drinking, and none of this. It was just a country boy who wanted to smoke weed and make music and hang with his friends. And it was so refreshing and enjoying that I could relate to somebody. Like, just because you're from the country doesn't mean you have to hunt and fish and do all this stuff. But I thought you did, because of the way I grew up and the way that people were in my hometown. It's not till now that I know that those people in my hometown are pretty much just all fake country. Because when time comes, they're not going to have your back. They're going to turn on you. They are for themselves more than they're for their friends or for their family. And it was then, when Hollow Boys came out, that I fully understood that I was country. I'm not just from the country, like, I am country. I don't hunt, I don't fish, and I don't fight, but that doesn't mean I'm not country. What makes me country is my morals. What I'm willing to do for my friends and my family. I'm willing to put aside anything to help you get your shit done. Even if my pile's got a little more in it, I'll help you with your pile first. You need something, I'm going to be there. That's, in Hollow Boys, it set it in stone that I was a Hollow Boy. I was Creeksquad for life, and there was no deterring me from that. If anybody asks me about music today, I sound like Clayton Bigsby. How much time you got, buddy? Because I will talk about Upchurch till your fucking ears bleed. I will be like, what do you want to hear? What genre do you want to hear? You want to hear him do blues? You want to hear him do rock? You want to hear him do rap? You want to hear him do country? What do you want to hear? Because the man can do it all. And I know people got to get tired of it. Like, that's why there's Creeksquad, because ain't nobody can understand it but Creeksquad. And I feel like if you can understand what his music, country rap, did for someone like me who doesn't even like music, who didn't like the country, but it showed me more than what mainstream media would ever show you. And I think that's what a lot of you are missing, is that it's an independent artist. He's able to show us authenticity, which is what hooked me in the first place. Because every song that he sings, or at least 95% of them, I've lived it. I can see it. I feel it. Like, there was nothing to do in my hometown but ride around, smoke weed, and drive the river roads, like, drunk. Like, it's just you, a road, and 10 feet of, like, space, and the river, the Missouri River. That's all you had to do with your friends. And I couldn't wait to get out of that place. So, just because I'm not in the country anymore doesn't mean I'm not country. Like, all my morals and my values make me a Hollow Boy, make me Creeksquad, and make me country. And what we see right now with all this drama and all these people that are just clout chasing, it's sad and it's gross and it's not good for the genre. The only people that this would even hype up are fake country boys like where I come from, which is more embarrassing. I'm a big Warzone player and a big Halo player. Like, I love to stream. I'd rather be doing that than be in front of this camera. Listening to a guy, and he's from Tennessee, and I asked him if he knew who Upchurch was, and he's like, oh yeah, Upchurch, he's a dumbass. So I'm like, okay. And then the more I play with this guy, I can just tell, like, just because he fishes, he thinks he's like the countryest person in the world, and that's farthest from the fucking truth. And again, these are things that Upchurch can show you and do for you that the mainstream media is not going to do, because all they're going to do is put a beer in your hand and a fishing pole in the other one and tell you, I'm country. Like, when Morgan Wallen gets caught with his scandal, what do? They fucking make him do a song with Lil Durk and take him fishing. Like, okay, that makes everything all better. Like, that's what mainstream's power does, is for people like you who don't understand. And I see people calling Creeksquad simple-minded in the comment section. It's like, are you serious? Like, there's levels to this shit, and you're not on ours. You know what I'm saying? The Grinch back here, he's fucking looking for those beats those producers hiding so he can come jack them. Holla boy Grinch back there. I guess I also want to talk about Colby Myers' video today too, because there's a couple of things that he said in there. You know, memories matter, and like, that's something you really need to think about. Like, all my memories that I have with my friends and my buddies that matter to me, I can hear in Ryan's music. I know that Ryan had the same experiences with his friends. And he said, and Colby also said, you know, communication is currency. Like, Ryan's availability to the public is unlike any other person you're going to find out here. What other artist do you know is going to show up at your graduation because you're a reaction channel and showed loyalty to him? Like, there's no one. There's no one else that's willing to do that, because A, you got to spend your own money to go down there, travel, buy a room for the night, all the gas, and all you're doing is showing up to make this kid's whole day. Like, that's probably the best day of his life. I know the best day of my life is when I got to see Upchurch sing in person. My mom and I grew up very poor, and she came into a little bit of money, and she asked me, we have no memories. And just like Colby, memories matter. My mom is very big on this now that she's getting older, and we didn't take no trips, we didn't do anything like that growing up, because we really couldn't afford it. And she said, what is one thing that you want to do? I want to treat you to something. And I said, I want to see Upchurch sing. And she took me to see Upchurch sing. We found a show in Missouri on this last Upchurch tour. And as soon as I left the merch table, I got right to my seat, and I'm standing there, and I'm watching Broadneck sing whatever he does. And my mom, the whole time, she wasn't standing there, you know. My mom snuck out, and she was getting high with the Holla Boys, while I'm fucking standing there supporting Broadneck doing whatever he's fucking attempting to do on stage. Like, that's one of the... That shit stings. The fact that I could have been getting high with the Holla Boys, but instead I'm over here watching Broadneck on the fucking stage. And to see what he's doing now, like, ugh, that's like a double whammy. And it takes you back to all the people that have stepped over church and they try to use church. And look at your reaction channels. People start a reaction channel. They do like 25 church videos in a row. until they get their numbers to where they want to go. And if they start making a little bit of money, then they switch lanes and they'll put out whatever and start uploading the worst videos you've ever seen. But because Creek Squad gave them the views to get monetized, now they have the power to do whatever. So a lot of people abuse Creek Squad and the power that we hold, and I think that's disturbing. I think it's gross. It's not as gross as putting a female who falsely claims sexual allegations on an album, especially when you're raising daughter. That's even worse. Adam. I think Adam got me the best as far as people who pulled it over, because I thought like Adam had more than that. Like, you listen to Adam speak, you listen to him talk about, I've been to prison, I'm about that life, I'm loyal, I'm never going back, I know what it's like to be loyal. Bro, you like the fakest person ever. Like, you switch up so fast. Like, and that's just a sign of like, you've either got to be struggling or like mentally or financially. Like, it's one of the two, and I don't know exactly which one it would be. I'm not gonna say you're broke, and I'm not gonna say you're crazy, but I'm gonna say it's one of the two. And we'll just never recover from this with Adam and Creek Squad. I just don't think, because of all the chances we've given him to tell the truth, and he just continues to lie. And you tell one lie, you're gonna have to tell another. I believe church said you'll have to lie for the rest of your life. I've always been told, if you one lie, you're gonna have to tell two lies, and eventually you're gonna forget the first one. So that's just kind of what happened here. I feel like, and that's what people are not wanting to see, or mainstream media followers just choose not to see and want to fight in the comment section. Which, if you want to fight, Creek Squad's going to give you one. You see everybody coming out with videos now that are not made videos. We've just been people that have been watching reaction channels and watching all this stuff as fans and supporters. So for us to be making videos to try to explain to you, maybe you should understand a little bit that you're not going to win this battle. Like, it's not about the money. It's never been about the money. It's about the loyalty to church and what church does for us that no other artist could ever do for you. That's just simple facts. I mean, when you can't get to them because they've got security all around them, you can't share any kind of genuine, authentic moment if you were to run into these people in public without them having a camera and ready to take the picture so that they can get publicity out of it. There's just nothing, no one can compare to Ryan. And I'm probably rambling. I have ADHD, and like I don't want to be making this video, but I feel like people need to hear it. That like a kid where I come from, who never thought he was country, who just wanted to get out, didn't understand that you don't have mainstream media. Country is not country, and what we're seeing today with this country music and this country rap is trash. But I would like to get back onto the people that I've really kind of screwed things up for me too. Like Hey Boy, Hey Girl, one of my favorites. Like, when I heard that, I was like, oh man, I played that thing on repeat all day long. I still hear it in my head, but I'll never click spin again. Not after what she did, man. That's gross. Like, females today have a hard time getting believed on these allegations as is, and then to have a girl falsely claim it, and now she's getting put on albums and people are hyping her up. It's very disturbing, especially, like I said, when you're raising daughters. Like, that's like a double whammy of grossness. And we get to Chase Matthews, man. Chase was another one that really hurt. Like, County Line, I could see my whole hometown in that. Like, that reminded me of everything I'd ever seen. And Born for This was such a good song. And then when he did, like, there it is. Like, gotta get off the playlist, my boy, because I can't support it. Like, I'm Creek Squad till I die. Like, I'll go where Creek Squad goes. Like I said, the best night of my life was when I got to see him on stage. My mom caught a picture. She said she'd never seen me so locked in and so focused on one thing as to when Ryan came on stage, because like, I knew this was gonna be the best night of my life. And like I said, people call Creek Squad cult. Like, absolutely, we are with cult, and I'm down for that. I'm down to be in the cult. Ryan, just let us know where we need to show up. We having a weekend at Ghost Ranch, a little cult meeting, drinking some fucking chocolate milk. Well, who cares? We can do what we want because we're Creek Squad, and nobody can tell us otherwise. We do not obey. We do not abide. We don't have to do whatever you tell us because no one owns us. Can't say that same for the mainstream media, which is, again, what we're trying to explain to you. The only thing these people care about is money. Now, also, one of my most prized possessions, the Church signed Blue Jeans album 2. Photo album. There's one picture in here that's really, really, really good. And if you know micro expressions, you'll be able to see it extremely quickly. Let me get it for you. It's right here. It's Broadnax in church. Now, if you see Church's smile, is authentic. You see, you cannot fake an upturn in a smile. Do you see on his lips, the edge of his lips are upturning, which means it's an authentic smile. Let's look at Broadnax's. His forced smile, that makes you turn down. You see the sides of his lips? Those are turned down. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can just go Google it. Also, have you ever seen somebody look like Broadnax, man? He didn't know how to handshake. The only handshake that man ever had is when he fucking is confronted. It's like, oh, can we get on stage with you? One of these things, man, just going through all these photos, and you're just not going to see a person that is willing to help this many people and put on this many people as church. And what everybody has done to him, it's... Most people, if not 99% of the people, couldn't take this. They would have fallen off. They would have stopped. But church ain't going to stop. He's a different breed. And, like, we can feel that. The fans, we feel that in our system. That there's not going to be another person like church. There could be better than church, but there's not going to be another person like church. Like, there just isn't. You know, I know church said that he wanted somebody to come along and be better, which absolutely, it would help grow the lane as long as they were staying independent and not trying to merge over. And a lot of people are not understanding what's in these videos. And it's Jelly Roll trying to get Adam to get Creek Squad to support mainstream media and bring them money, which, what, if you're... And then, you know, if you're Jelly Roll, if you're really about this and keeping the boys together, like, that would be anti the purpose of what Ryan does. And to even get him to try to do it is insanity. I can't wait to see what is in the other two parts of the video. A lot of people just, I don't see it. I can't see it, man. What don't you see? He literally says it in the video. Like, this is all for the money. Like, get them in, they're going to take them from the inside out so that they can make millions. Like, it's not about the money for Ryan. He's got enough money. This dude just wants to sit at home, smoke weed, play with his baby, and make music. And you've got 40 broke motherfuckers out here trying to come at him. Different. Like, when you know it's a 40v1, you've got to know these people are crazy. Like, and people are like, no, it's church. He's the problem. Church is only the problem because he never flips. He never switches. He's never going to be a person that caters. And that's the issue, is they need church to make this work. That's the problem. Whoever they put on that album, it ain't going to do well because none of these people are good. I was a huge Catfish Cooley supporter. I love that guy's content. As soon as I seen him pull up, unfollow, get out. I can't be doing that. Like, that's just too fake. Like, you're really showing your cards when you're willing to go that low just to make $1. And y'all ain't going to understand it. I'll sit here and ramble on forever. Only thing is I'm going to say is, I love Upchurch. I'm Creek Squad till I die. Holla boy for life. Word on my wrist every day. If anybody ever asks me about church or they recognize church, I'm going to give them this right here, my Creek Squad lighter. If anybody, first person that knows Upchurch and talks to me about Upchurch will get a Creek Squad lighter. This is how it is. I love it. And, you know, like I said, one of the things I want to touch on again is Colby Myers. The things he said in his video, like that communication is currency and memories matter, those two things really slapped today. And I think you guys need to take a second and take that in. But this is just to all the haters. Upchurch, brother.